Hey guys, Figurecraft here, and today we're going to be doing the next step to the Titanic build. So I got the pieces ready. I went ahead and I unscrewed these two pieces because that's what we're going to be working with. And I wanted to make it easier on me. So opening up the book. The forward first class staircase. Step 1, it says, take the boat deck 41A from the previous issue and place it upside down on your work surface, taking care not to damage the assembly. It may help to rest the center of the deck on a couple of packaging boxes so that the davits are not damaged. Identify the fixing point for the LED strip 48A. Fit one long edge beneath the two tabs circled left, then fit the other edge in place, levering the tabs up with a small flat screwdriver circled below. Basically it says right here, levering. But that's the first step that it tells you to do. And I already went ahead and done that ahead of time before I put anything on to make it easier on me. That's that LED strip right there. And on that one, it would have a little light bulb sticking up, but it's already underneath that one deck, so step 1 is already done. Okay, step 2 is going to be the staircase. Step 2, fit the forward staircase 48B in the opening in the boat deck 41A as shown. A hole in the tab on the rim of the staircase fits over a peg on the on the underside of the deck. Arrow above, screw holes on the edge of the staircase fit over raised screw sockets circled in blue. Fix in place with 3 CP screws right. So, number one thing I should have done was getting the box out. I didn't do that part. I'm doing good. And it's 50. That's 48. Okay, so 48's box. We're going to get all of our little pieces out of here. Okay, so here's my staircase and all of the paint detail I've done up on it. So now I'm going to take these stairs. I'm going to make it a bit easier on me. I'm going to separate these two sections again. So just give me a few to get these separated. There's one. And right here is 2. Then I'm going to separate the two sections. Okay, they're separated. Now we're going to be working with this one right here. Let me set these parts aside until we need them. So we're going to be working right here and getting the first class grand staircase into the ship. So flipping it over, taking care not to damage any davits. I'm going to maneuver this cord out of the way. And then I'm going to slowly start inserting the staircase. Not too fast, just going slow with it. Because it is a tight fit. Okay. You can see there we got it started. But like I said, it's a tight fit. Okay. I'm just going to push it down. Taking my time with it. I'm going to push the front. Get it in there. That one's in. Let me look on the other side, see what we're doing. Making sure that the flooring isn't coming up. Just give me a few seconds here. Gotta fix something here up fast. Okay, and then gotta get the other side of it fast. Alright, now I just gotta push it in the rest of the way. Let it do its thing. Okay. So, with it in, that right there is now what we got. And you can see how good that looks. So, I'm going to set this to the side. I'm going to set that there, and then I'm going to get the screws ready. And we're going to screw this staircase in place. So, working on the staircase now. And open up this. These parts out. We're going to need these screws. CP screws. Sometimes me and CP screws don't mix because I've broken several of these by stripping the heads, or they just snapped on me because they didn't do what they were supposed to do. So, getting out the screws. Whoops, got too many. I think I need 3. So, put the rest of them back into the bag. Grab 3, set them over here to the side. Okay, so looking at it, yeah, we need 3. So I'm going to load up the first one. I'm going to flip this over, holding it up in the air with my hand, levitating it in the air. And right here, we got a loft bolt that I accidentally bumped. Hook it back in place. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to start over here at the far end, over on this side. It's already trying to prove to be a fight with me. So taking my time, adding pressure behind when I screw this down. That way I don't strip it. And that one's in place. So now I'm going to insert the next one. About right there. That way I can grip it with the screwdriver. And then I'm going to have to try to get this straight as possible. So, putting this one in. You can see that where it jumped because it's trying to strip, so don't let it do that. Okay, so filling to where I can put my hand right here. We're going to get the last screw in. And then the fun part's going to be putting that wall in, because that wall that goes in this grand staircase is a very tight fit. Even with me test fitting it, it was a tight fit. So, let me just get my hand over here. Get my hand underneath here to support it. And start screwing it in. Stop that. There. And now with that, we have our grand staircase in. Let me fix this lifeboat that came out of place. These are just sitting on here dry fitted. They're not glued on. I just got them on here to keep up with what places they go. So there's the staircase now in place. So let me refer to my instructions. Okay, step 3. Turn the assembly the right way up and check the fit of the tabs on the lower edge of the forward staircase wall 48C in the 2 slots in the staircase as indicated above. Glue in place. Now, like I said, this thing right here is a very tight fit. I don't think there's no reason for glue. So I'm going to take it and I'm going to press it in here. I mean, you can see there, I'm already having trouble getting it in. So we're going to have to use our X-Acto blade and shave away some of this excess plastic. Not much, just a little, just to try to get the paint globs off the tabs. And I'm going to try it again. This is by all means not going to be the easiest thing to do. And looking at it, it's still ain't all the way down. Come on. Okay, I think that's good. So yeah, that one's down good. So now what I am going to do is I'm going to get me a toothpick, and then I'm going to get my Loctite gel control. Well, it's stopped up. Go figure. Hang on a minute, y'all. Oh, come on. Hang on a minute, y'all. I'm going to try to open it up. Okay, let's see if that done it. So getting me some gel control, I'm going to flip this over with my hand, with that wire out of the way, and then I'm going to put some gel into these little socket parts where the stairs are. Basically gluing it from the bottom. Because even after trying to, you know, fully press it in and all that, it still is a little bit loose. So, yeah. it does need glue to get it fully in there. It still ain't pressed all the way fully down, so hopefully that does not interfere with when everything goes together. I do have to check that. Make sure we're not going to bump any walls or ceilings when we go to put it down. It levitates up in the air pretty good, so I think we're good. Okay. But anyway, I think we're good with that. So looking at this, that right there is how much we have now of the grand staircase. So this part is most likely pretty much done. So I'm going to go ahead and stick these two deck pieces back together. Just bear with me while I do that. I'll go ahead and put these two back together, making it a little bit awkward now because of all the big pieces that's on here now. If I can just get it to grab the screw the right way. There we go. I'm going to get this in here. Take my time with it. Try not to let it fight me. That's one end. So, getting the other one. Okay, so screwing the second one in. Just give me a few here, y'all. It's trying to put up a fight with me, like it always does. Okay. So with that, we have those two pieces combined back together now. So we're doing good there. The staircase is now inside the ship. And it looks pretty good. I like the way it looks. So now I'm going to get my instructions and go over the next section, which we're going to be going to this section right here now. Step 4. Take the wheelhouse bulkhead 48D and the two corner joints 48F. Position the two joints on the aft side of the bulkhead so that the raised screw sockets with tabs on part 48D fit into the recess in parts 48F. Fix in place with 2 CP screws. Okay, so what that is talking about is this right here. And I've painted mine up. Basically, it goes this way. Like that. And I've painted mine up because if you look over here, right there's the picture of everything that's colored. And then over here, you see there's a door over here on this side. Basically, it's supposed to be, you know, it's supposed to be this way. But with the way the instructions are in the way the ship is made, it's got to go this way. So, yeah. Came across that, but I couldn't fix that problem. So, we'll put it on the way it has to go. But we are also going to need this bag right here that has these two little white sections, and you'll recognize these from when you put the two lower well deck and forecastle together. These are the exact same two pieces that join those two decks together, which are little plastic bits. So getting these out, and then we're going to need 2 CP screws. So getting my screwdriver. I'm going to try my best to grab 2. Got 3 instead. That's alright. I'll set those 2 over there and I'll put this one back in the bag. Okay. So, taking these 2, it's got like these key shapes in it again. So you just have to match the key shapes. So taking your first one, matching it with the key shape. Which by all means is not going to be the easiest thing to do because the screw wants to try its best to go crooked for some reason. So that's going to be a fun one to figure out how to get by. Yeah, not working. Take it out. This is going to be a fun one, y'all. This thing wants to go crooked. And I don't know why. It could be that the holes are maybe drilled crooked in this model. But yeah, it's trying its best. Taking my time with it. I mean, you see there how crooked that's going on there? I always have trouble out of these things right here. We just have to take our time with it. And pray and hope to God we don't strip it. Okay, that one's good. And we're going to take our second one. But these things are extremely very stubborn. So taking our next one, we're going to go with the second one. Probably going to put up a fight again, which I'm seeing that it is. But I'm going to try my best to go slow with it. And hopefully it'll go in place. This thing is putting up a fight, y'all. Gosh almighty. Look at that. That thing dug into my hand. Okay. Wait a minute. Now it's going the right way. What the... Unless when I put it this way. I'm confused. I'm confused. Okay, whatever. Anyway. Step 5. Take the superstructure and funnel assembly from issue 44. Check where the wheelhouse bulkhead fits inside the assembly at the forward end. Fix the 2 corner joints in place with 2 CP screws as indicated right. So now we got to put this thing inside this thing. So flipping this over, we'll have to move our wires out of the way. And this bulkhead thing is going to go, hey, come back here. It's going to go right here. And look at that. When I put it that way, it is the correct way. So, go figure, right? Oh, man. Sometimes this model confuses you. But we'll get there. So I got to get 2 more screws out of here. Which these are the last 2 screws. And then there's 1 left for extra. So we'll put that back in the bag. And we'll put that with all my other extra screws. Now the fun part's going to be, how much of a fight is this thing going to give? Hopefully not too much. Because there's a lot of delicate parts on top, this top deck. So taking my time. That's one in. It's kind of difficult to hold this thing now. It would have been more difficult though if I hadn't took the other piece apart from it. Okay, so fixing the last screw in place. Come on. There we go. So with that, we now have these joined together. And you can see there is our bulkhead inside the little captain's wheelhouse. That's basically where the captain stood when the ship sank and it went down. He was in there when the glass busted. Okay, so that's done. Alright, what else is there to do? Okay, we're on the last steps. Okay, so we need our vent from a previous issue way back. Step 6. Now you need the unused window 22B, or Windows 22B, from issue 22, and the grill 20i from issue 20. Glue the windows and grill in place on the superstructure 16E as indicated. So, these are some parts way back when. way back. So, I do have those parts. I keep them in this. So, we're going to need first the windows that we had left over. We got 4 windows in that bag. So, we're going to need that. So, I'm going to close this. And then we're going to need another previous part that I keep in another container, because I got multiple containers. I got a container here. I got a container here that has screws, and the part that we need is in this container right here. So opening up this container, you can see there's the old original loading hatch. And then right here is what we need. We need that grill right there. And then you can see I got my 2 lifeboats right here that goes beside the funnel that I haven't stuck on the ship yet. And there's my little antenna things that stick on the top of the engine that I'm not putting on until that engine goes inside the ship. But yeah, it's always a good thing to have a good place to store all your extra parts. That way you don't lose anything. So I'm going to get this out, because we need that grill. And then we're going to need 2 little windows out of here, and I'm going to have to be very delicate and very careful not to lose these. Heh. What am I thinking? It's not metal. Hang on. I got to get my tweezers. Okay. Got my tweezers. I'm going to need to get 2 little windows out of here. So, and be careful that they don't go flinging on you. There's one. And there's 2. And we still have 2 left in the bag. So, now that we got the 2 windows, I'm going to get a toothpick, because we're going to need to glue these in place. So we're going to get a toothpick. And then we're going to close these toothpicks back up. And now we're going to put this aside, because we're done with this. And now we're going to get the grand staircase superstructure. And those two windows are going to go in these two slots right here. So, getting our Loctite gel control, we're going to put some glue into the raised surface of the window. Just taking our time, spreading it in there. Don't want to go too fast. Then I'm going to get some more. And I'm going to stick it around the top. Make sure it gets in there, because we don't want a loose window. Now that I've done that, I'm going to set this aside. I'm going to take my window, and I'm going to get my tweezers. I'm going to hold this the best that I can. Try not to let it go flinging. And I'm going to insert the window in first at the bottom, and then I'm going to firmly press in place, just like that. Then I'm going to take my tweezers and I'm going to wipe away any of the excess glue that's around the window itself. And there we go. There's one window in. So, cleaning off my tweezers right fast, because if you're not careful, this glue will dry very fast on your tweezers and destroy them. So now we're going to get the second window in. We're going to take some more Loctite gel control super glue. We're going to grab the piece, and we're going to put some glue there, around there, and around there. Flip it to the other side to where we can spread it. Just taking our time. Don't go too fast. You don't want to get a big old cluttered up mess. Take your toothpick and just spread